Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be talking about LR collaboration characters we could possibly see with, of course, the reruns. We will not be discussing collaborations that have not had reruns, or just collabs that haven't had reruns. We won't be discussing them because they don't have a chance of getting an LR. Well, they might because it's Netmarble, you don't really know. But we have a collaboration coming possibly next month. Well, if we follow the normal track record of Netmarble likes to sort of keep things the same every year, we should have a collaboration at the end of next month, and there are a lot of contenders we could get, whether that be a new collaboration or a rerun. If I think they're going to do a rerun, there are a few that I think they're going to go for. Two of them which would contain LRs, and one of them which I don't think would contain an LR, but you never know, it's Netmarble, so possibly could. Firstly, we won't be doing, of course, Slime, because Slime is the first collaboration to get LRs, but that is how it is, and I'm going to be using the Slime format, as in one character will get an LR, and they'll release a new LR. Could be a possible rework of a previous version, but could also be a whole new character in itself. So, first one we've got, it's not going to be, no Solo, no Eminence. Ooh, Tower of God. Who would I like to see get an LR on Tower of God? Honestly, it would have to be Mazino or Violet. Violet just because he's just very crazy good for PvE. Do I think they'll do him? Probably not. Maybe Yuri. Yuri is actually quite good as well. She's just her general kit is very good support. She's got stance removal, she's got buff removal, she's got damage lower, she's got AoE seal, she's got basic stat boost, she's got defense related sub-stat boost for your team. I think it's about 30% crit resistance and crit defense, which can actually be pretty handy sometimes. But yeah, once again, won't do Slime. Ooh, Overlord, because I realize Overlord could actually be due for one, an LR. It has to be Albedo. Let's be real, it has to be Albedo. You wouldn't do Demi, right? Because Demi's kind of he's actually still really good. I don't think he really needs an LR. Nobbe is too much of a support character to get an LR. She just wouldn't really make too much sense. Albedo would make sense, maybe even Ainz. But if they did Ainz, they'd have to sort of maybe try and remove the little bits of pay to win in his kit to make it so it wouldn't be too broken to have like a sort of like a, like a 1/6 Ainz to a 6/6 Ainz is a huge difference. So like how LR Milim, what we've got here, is very well designed. The fact that her dupes don't really affect her kit that much, if not at all. Yes, technically it does in terms of the damage she can deal with a single target if you have the Rampage stack, but apart from that, it doesn't really matter. And normally, even with a 1/6, she's still going to one-shot people because it's Milim. She's just got a crazy good kit. Basically, everything on her kit is built to nuke everything. She works with everyone, so you can run her on basically any team. And I felt that is what we need to see with these collaboration LRs, is some sort of way they can be used everywhere. ReZero is an odd one because I would love to see either Reinhardt or Echidna get one, but I don't think Echidna really deserves one. I would like to see either Rem or Reinhardt get one. Reinhardt's the only problem with him, or just HP based characters in general, is there's quite a obvious ceiling for their damage. What I mean by that is, they can deal good damage, but it's much harder to scale than, so for example, an attack based or a defense based character. It's much harder to scale their HP, which is the reason why some HP based characters, they do really good damage when they've got, let's just say, a lot of health, but then the meta fades out quite quickly when you've got these insanely broken high attack characters like Milim or King of Diane are still really, really potent. Melee Liz are fall off quite hard because their damage, now we've had all these new characters, isn't really that good. AOT, actually no, would a KOF. KOF, either Kyo or Terry. I feel like Terry's a really, really good character. I feel like if they give him a kit, maybe tweak his kit a bit so it can work in PvE as well, because currently his passive is restricted to PvP only. I feel like you could have a really, really, really good decent counter character that would also be LR, which I think would be cool, because it would be sort of the same with Albedo. It would be the first counter character to get an LR. Of course, it's not the first stance character, because we've got Diane that can do that. I feel like Nolfmi would also be a crazy good one as well. Didn't cover Nolfmi, I went straight past him. Shield Hero, probably just Nolfmi or Talia. No, Nolfmi or Vittoria. Glass is too gimmicky. Vittoria's decent. I just feel like if they tweaked her kit a bit, she'd be really good. She has a crazy base crit damage, like actually out of this. I think she's got like the second highest base crit damage in the game still. That's how crazy it was. And she's over a year old at this point. Nothmi would be perfect. All they got to do is give him some sort of way to make his shield, his taunt better. Maybe it applies a shield to your team based on your defense whenever you apply a taunt. Something along the lines of that to make it feel like his taunt is like from the anime, where he can sort of protect everyone, not just, of course, just solely absorb the damage from single targets. And if we were to get a new LR, it would have to be a actual new character, like Raftalia from like the most current Season 4, which would make the most sense. And then, what was I talking about? KOF, yeah. Kyo's okay, maybe make his ignites do something else, or just some sort of boost. Like, he's quite decent. He's got really no problems with his kit, at least that I can see. It's just, once again, because he's such an old character, he came out in 2020, his kit is very 2020. But I feel like there's definitely a lot you could do with it. Maybe a basic stat boost, maybe a damage increase, maybe some sort of, like, really, really good sort of attack-related stat, or some sort of, like, I don't know. There's a lot they can do with a character like Terry who just spams ignites, or like Demi, for example. Demi is so good, and he spams lots of debuffs. So, you know, they could do something with Terry, sort of like a Demi, but for humans. I think that'd be really good, especially because, well, yeah, it'd just be decent for a meta that we're currently in. Just good single target damage and just debuffs applied to the enemies. AOT, well, it's pretty obvious. It has to be Aaron with ease. It would have to be. Where even is Aaron? Here. It has to be this Aaron. He needs it. He was he released, when did he release? 2023, and he was like a 2021 character, and Mob even flexed about having the IP for 2 years. You know, it's not something to flex about when your characters are 2 years old, and the 2 new characters you released were characters that would have been countering the 2 meta characters at the time in 2021. So yeah, an LR would be quite nice. Maybe the removal of something in his passive, which is like he does more damage to type advantage. Maybe get rid of that and just make it so he, I don't know, just makes so he just has there's a lot you can do with his kit. Once again, he's got a decent kit. He just needs restrictions taken out, more stuff put in, and make him feel like more of a DPS. Of course, he does have the this, which is when a human or a giant ally uses a single target skill, it ignores 30% crit resistance, which is cool, but it's not really, you know, as good as some other characters that we've had in collaborations, like, you know, in the buffed Philo that can do that. But it's a debuff, so anyone who benefits off of debuffs also benefits off of that, and it applies 2 instead of 1. So characters that benefit off multiple debuffs benefit off it even more. So on the lines of that, he just needs just a general kit rework. His stats weren't the best. 127 crit chance is very good. Resistance is really low. He was really weak on launch. He's going to need a full kit rework on that. But that's really it. Apart from that, we've got collabs that are going to have like reruns, so I feel like at the end, maybe October time, we could possibly see either Jobless Reincarnated, we would possibly see ReZero, or Shield Hero. ReZero, of course, because it had Season 3 recently. Well, not recently, it was like a very long time ago, but I feel like Season 3 would make a good... I don't know what they would add as the second character. I actually need to watch it. It was coming out as I had my operations, so I just sort of lost interest on it afterwards whilst I was recovering, because I couldn't really do much. But yeah, there's lots of characters that I do think deserve LRs. What characters do you guys think deserve LRs from collaborations, and you know, is it possible? Do you think that they would possibly be released as LRs? Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.